What up, Giants fans? We have some breaking news here on the channel. A little bit of a later day for me in the office, going live for the Knicks Magic game tonight. But breaking news has happened, so I had to get you guys a video as soon as possible. The Giants are signing veteran wide receiver Jamison Crowder. Yes, that Jamison Crowder, the one that used to tear up the New York Football Giants when he was a part of the football team in Washington, spent the last couple of years with the New York Jets, in a brief stint with Buffalo last year, played in just 4 games because of a broken ankle. We're going to break all that down in today's show. We'll also talk about some draft rumors and stuff like that in today's video. But first, this is why you subscribe to the channel, guys. No matter where we are, what we're doing, we're watching TV, we're going on a run, we're going to stop what we're doing when the Giants make a move. When the Giants make a move, we make a video. That's why you subscribe. You're not going to want to miss anything. The offseason has already been wild for Big Blue. We're going to keep on putting out videos. Subscribe to the channel. We just crossed 26,000 subs. I want to say thank you. 30,000. Here we come. News of the day. The Giants add another veteran slot receiver to this wide receiver core. And my first reaction was, it's going to be him or possibly Sterling Shepard making this roster at that slot position. Maybe both of them do end up making this roster. That was just my first thought I had. Both receivers, about 30 years old. Both are 5'9", 5'10". They play out of the slot. They're veterans. They've been dealing with health issues. Look, if both are healthy when week 1 comes and they've earned the roster spot, yeah, I'm cool with both them making the roster. You guys know how I feel about Sterling Shepard. But I feel like it's going to be Shepard versus Crowder to see who's going to make that final roster spot. I doubt you want to keep 2 really veteran wide receivers that play the exact same position, same type of build, and really have had injury issues. Because when you look at what Crowder has done, he played in just 4 games this year, played in just 12 games last year with the Jets, and then in 2020, he only played in 12 games. And in his first year with the Jets in 2019, he played in 16 games, but his last year in Washington, 2018, he played in just 9 games. This is a guy that's never had over 900 yards in a season. His best season was probably back in 2019, his first year with the New York Jets. 78 grabs for 833 yards and 6 touchdowns. He had 122 targets, played in all 16 games. In 2017 with the Washington football team, he played in 15 games, had 103 targets, 66 receptions, 789 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's had 7 touchdowns in a season and 6 touchdowns in a season 2 times. So before we go any further into the video and see how this is really going to shake up, as Joe Schoen has said, you know what? We are not done adding wide receivers. Does this take them out of the OBJ sweepstakes? Does this take them out of the DeAndre Hopkins rumors? Does this take them out of drafting a receiver in first round? I don't think so. We'll talk about it in a second. But first, let me know, what is your one-word reaction to the Giants signing veteran wide receiver Jamison Crowder? I'm expecting it to be a 1-year deal, probably for the veteran minimum. I'm sure Joe Schoen talked to Brandon Beane, the general manager for the Buffalo Bills. I'm trying to read and talk at the same time. I'm sure he got some good words from him, how he was in the locker room, just really got the short end of the stick with that broken ankle. But let me know, what is your one-word reaction to the Giants signing Jamison Crowder? Depth, experience, veteran, leader, knows the division. Those are all things that came to my mind. Obviously, the first thing was, is it going to be him or Shepard? They're going to be battling out for this spot. And also, I think a good thing to remember, and I just thought of this, was Jamison Crowder returns punts as well. And that was kind of an area of weakness for the New York Giants. I'm on his stat page right now. He returned 9 punts last year for Buffalo. He returned 1 kick. He didn't return punts in 2020. He returned 1 kick, so he's more of a punt returner. In 2018, he returned 2 punts, but in his first 3 years of his career, he returned 30, 27, and 27 punts. So what does that tell me? That tells me that the Giants like him in special teams. They see a guy that could be a veteran back there, not someone that's going to be a game breaker and taking kicks to the house, nothing like that, but a guy that can catch the football, a guy that can hold on to the football, and someone that you can trust there. Richie James fumbled twice last year on special teams at punt returner. The Giants had Dory Jackson get hurt when he went back there to return punts. So I definitely see that as a spot where Jamison Crowder could try to crack this 52-man rotation. I've been talking hoops so much. 52-man roster. But yeah, definitely punt returns will be something. His best year was in 2016 in that department. He had 27 returns for 328 yards and 1 touchdown. Look, not a guy that's going to be Dante Hall or Devin Hester back there, but definitely someone that you can rely on, going to take care of the football, going to make the right play when he has to fair catch it or not, and someone that can maybe even be a captain for the special teams for the Giants this year with Julian Love, who's kind of a special teams captain, kind of just another captain that wasn't on this roster. When you look at the Giants wide receiver depth chart now, you got Isaiah Hodgins, Darius Slayton, Parris Campbell, Sterling Shepard. This finger's not good, don't mind. Hodgins, Slayton, Campbell, Shepard, and then you got Robinson. Then Sills is still on the roster. Jeff Smith and Colin Johnson. Other guys that are on this roster, Dre Miller, the UDFA from last year, Jaden Mickens, and Khalil Pimpleton. Now you add a guy like Jamison Crowder. I think the Giants could keep 6 or 7 wide receivers. I think Hodgins is a lock. I think Slayton is a lock. Campbell's a lock. Wan'Dale Robinson's a lock. So maybe you have 2 more spots or 3 more spots, and that's going to come down to Shepard, Sills, Smith, maybe a rookie, maybe Jamison Crowder. There is going to be a lot of competition at the wide receiver spot for the Giants to crack this final roster as they go through the offseason workouts, OTAs, training camp, get geared up for the preseason. Usually it's the guys that are the most healthy and producing at the right time, and that's why I think that this could be a Sterling Shepard versus Jamison Crowder for that final 6th or 7th roster spot at the wide receiver position. Does this take them out of the Odell Beckham Jr. sweepstakes? Probably, right? Look, I never say never. If Odell wants to come play here, 1 year, $3 million, 1 year, $4 million, I'd like for Joe Schoen to get that done. Low risk, potentially extremely high reward. Who knows if OBJ is going to budge on his market, right? That's definitely going to be something that we're going to continue to monitor on this channel. Does this take them out of the Hopkins trade sweepstakes? We did that video yesterday. The rumors from Benjamin Albright really tapped into the NFL scenes. I told you guys that I probably didn't think it was all that likely. I thought they were interested before the Waller trade, which I said in the video. I think the Waller trade kind of took them out of that camp. Does this take them out of drafting a first-round wide receiver? Absolutely not. I believe the Giants are going to draft best player available. There's already been 2 reported meetings that the Giants have had. They have had dinner with Zay Flowers. That's Joe Schoen and Brian Daboll. I almost said Brian Shabel. Brian Daboll, as well as Jackson Smith and Jigba. He has met with the Giants. He had dinner 2 days ago. We're going to break that down in depth on tomorrow's video. It's going to be today's video, but the Giants make a move. Maybe we do 2 videos. We'll talk about that. I think the Giants are still in the market to add more receivers. Maybe not receivers, but a top flight receiver. They have a whole bunch of 2s, a whole bunch of 3s, a whole bunch of 4s. They don't have a number 1 wide receiver, and that's a problem still, and you need to address that. And just because you signed Parris Campbell to a 1-year deal, Sterling Shepard to a 1-year deal, Darius Slayton to a 2-year deal, and now Jamison Crowder to a 1-year deal does not mean that takes you away from drafting a wide receiver that could potentially, in the first round, help this team at a cost-controlled price for 4 to 5 to 6 to 10 years. You don't draft like that. You don't build year to year. You do, but you have to think with a long-term agenda, and that is exactly what Brian Daboll and Joe Schoen are doing. My wide receiver 1 is Jackson Smith and Jigba. Then I got Jordan Addison and Zay Flowers. They go back and forth for me at 2 or 3. I'd be cool with either one. And then my 4th wide receiver is Quentin Johnston at a TCU. News of the day, the Giants are signing veteran wide receiver Jamison Crowder. It feels like he's a lot older than he is. He's 29 years old. He'll be 30 when the season kicks off. The guy's had a really successful career, right? He has 415 receptions for over 4,600 yards, 28 touchdowns. He played really well against the Giants, against Washington back in the day, and he was good for the Jets in 2019. Thing is, it's 2023. Does he still have any juice left? I'm excited to see it. Training camp is going to be a lot of fun. They are going to be fighting tooth and nail in that wide receiver room to see who's going to crack that final roster. I'm just looking through my Twitter timeline to see if there's any reported details on this contract. We know it's probably going to be a one-year deal. If I bet, it would be a one-year veteran minimum deal, maybe a little bit of incentives on that, but not a lot of guaranteed dollars going to Jamison Crowder, who is now a New York Football Giant. Appreciate everybody tuning in. May do another video today when I get in the office. If not, you'll have one first thing tomorrow morning. If you made it this far in the video, would greatly appreciate it if you hit that thumbs up icon and like the video, and we'll see you later. Let's go Big Blue. Jamison Crowder, you are a New York Football Giant.